everybody. Welcome to Atomic Radio Hour, episode 181, the Christmas special. Hi, how are you? I'm Vince. I'm also here with my friend.
It's me, Santa Kyle. I'll have to send you a photo of Christmas
Kyle.
me.
Kyle, you're sending
shocking.
me a photo?
There's a Christmas present.
We've come full circle, pal. Merry Christmas, everybody, or whatever you celebrate. Happy pagan holiday or some thing. How are you? What's going on? What have you been doing? What's up?
Nothing much. You know, I got my shots yesterday. My booster and my flu
you got
shot.
your booster.
No, I
did it
feel
kick your
perfectly
butt?
fine. My arm a little bit hurts, but I'm doing good.
When I got mine, like my first 2 doses, it just kind of hurt a little bit, and that for 30 minutes, and that was it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you got it though. Did you go far for it?
No. Couple blocks up, you know.
By the gas station?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you walk up or drive up?
We drove up and then I drove back down.
You did it.
Yeah, I almost hit a lady.
You
no one
was it
knows
a
how
lamp or a lady?
A lady. No one knows how to move if you're sitting in the middle of the...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good for you.
So it got really close to her passing by.
You know the pizza place by the bridge, the new bridge? The first time I ever drove past that, I made a left to go to the pizza place, and I don't even know if I had my permit. My mom might have just been like, "Go drive in town," and I made that left, and a truck almost killed us, absolutely just demolished us. And I remember looking at it, and go, my mom's yelling, she's going, "You almost fucking killed us." I'm like, "Do you want this pizza or not?" Like trying not to cry. You got any plans for Christmas? This will come out on Christmas, so whatever your plans are, you might be doing them if someone's listening on the day of.
Probably, I think either we're having Christmas here or at my sister's. So
You gonna bake? You gonna cook? You
I
gonna
don't think we're baking this year.
make a little love? No?
No, this is gonna.
Yeah. I can't imagine you not baking or cooking something.
I know.
Cool. I'm actually, when we're done recording this, I'm going to run to the grocery store because we're recording this on Christmas Eve. It's the 22nd. So I want to kind of get all because I took off Christmas Eve. I kind of want to get all of the prep cooking that I can do tomorrow. I want to get it done. But since this is my first Christmas that I'm going to be not at home, I really want to cook traditionally. I really want to make shrimp and squid, and I want to make, I'm going to make meatballs a traditional way, and I'm not going to make sausage, I'll buy it, but I want to cook the way I ate when I was a kid, which actually leads into what our third segment for today is, but no, the year's over. How do you feel about the year being over? I feel like it just got started.
Yeah. It was a year.
That it absolutely was. But before we get into all the other fun stuff that we got to get into, I've been saying for a while, pretty much since August, that some changes are coming. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you in a more formal way what the changes that are coming. If you are subscribed to us on Patreon, you will already know that I have spoken about it a little bit. Some of the key concerns just being that, I gotta stop being hard on myself. And relax and have more fun with the show. Not that I wasn't having fun, but have more fun with it. But just in case anybody's curious, and I feel like I should say it here, is that I made some changes to the Patreon. I just changed the tiers real quick. There's only 4 tiers now, and I feel like it's a lot more streamlined. And I think the final tier, the tier 4, is the coolest one, in my opinion. Tier 1 is just $1 a month. Just on screen, your name will be there when I say thank you to the Patreon. That's the support tier. Tier 2 is even more support, the verbal thank you, and your name on screen. The third tier, which is the $5 tier, or as I have it listed, the homie tier, you get everything I said before, and on top of that, there's going to be a private Discord channel, not like its own Discord, but a channel in the Discord that is just for Patreon subscribers. Now, Kyle and I are working on changing things with the Patreon behind the scenes, and we want to get it done soon, but just the holidays are a lot right now. He's got plans, I got plans, we're going from there. But that's the $5 tier. And at the $10 tier, this is what I think is the coolest. It's called Film Live Before a Studio Audience. You get everything in the past 3 tiers, and then whenever Kyle sits in as the producer role and tells me if I'm wrong or if I'm like, hey, could you look something up quick for me? But when I sit down to record, what I could do is sit down and record with a live audience in Discord. Now, you're not going to be recorded. I can't hear you, but there could be a chat. You can give your feedback. Hey, this is wrong. Hey, this is right. Try this. Are you thinking of something like that? It's a live thing. I'll stream my face into the Discord so everybody can see it. I think it's a neat idea. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this quick little Patreon change up and what have you. I want more feedback going into the new year so I can make the show bigger and better. I want to make stuff that I like, but I also want the feedback of everybody. But that being said, because we are doing somewhat of a shorter episode, it is the holidays. Like I said, we got a lot going on. Let's just get into the Patreon, and then we can get right into the lore, and then into the third segment for what we have. So thank you to the Patreon. I hope you guys are liking the changes to the Patreon. Tell me if you're not. Tell me if you want to see something extra. Tell me what's going through your mind. But thank you. Because of you guys, I can continue to do stuff like this. We can pay Kyle the exuberant amount of money that he requests. And I don't know what he always wants. It switches every week. One week he wants orange M&Ms. One week he wants purple, but he doesn't want lilac. And God forbid if you get fire orange. It's a whole... Thank you to the Patreon. His face, yeah. Every time I use a picture of Kyle, that costs me at least $50,000. Thank you to the OG Noah. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Dan. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Marcus. Like I said, because of you guys, I can continue to do this. It's the love and the support that, makes you smile, makes you happy. Other than that, time to get into this lore. Thank you again. But now it is time for the lore. Now, every week I ask a question in the Discord, and this has been a very, very hectic week. I've been changing things around at work and my schedule and the holidays, and I got to buy presents, and I got to do this, and there's a tariff, and Kyle, did you hear that, trucks are not coming into the state of Colorado right now?
Really?
There was apparently some kid who was like an 18 or 19-year-old truck driver.
Yes.
You heard about this? If you live outside the U.S. and you haven't heard about this, the guy went to go get his truck inspected, and they said that he was good to go, and then his brakes gave out, and then they charged him with 101 years in prison or something. So a bunch of truckers will not enter the state of Colorado, and it's shut down. Not shut down, but it's severely hindered a lot of things in this state, which is really funny to me because Jimmy Hoffa did this. And the entire country almost shut down. He was the head of the Teamsters Union and was like, this needs to stop or my trucks don't run. And then nobody has anything. So, I don't know. It's just been a little much. But I asked the question the other day, 2 days ago. I'm thinking of a brand of water. And the king of all branded waters is Fiji. Absolutely. There's actually, back in the day, do you remember this, Kyle? We used to all hang out, and we used to go to the local Turkey Hill to get snacks, either before, during, or after D&D. And if someone was making a quick run, you'd go, yo, let me get that I'm better than you water. And they would say, how much better are you? And the more you said better than other people you were, the bigger the Fiji they grabbed you. Because, it's pretentious, but it's really good water.
Never had it.
Never?
Never had it.
You ever have box water?
Nope.
Box water slaps. I really like box water. There's a Skyro one that's the 7-Eleven brand that's not bad. But it was Fiji. Mr. Tom Flood got it. And we were talking in the DMs of Discord. If you want to hear any lore, make sure you're in the Discord. And he was saying he had 2 ideas, but since we've been talking about the Pit and Asher, he said, hey, why not do the Scourge? And I thought the Scourge was a great idea. So, if you'd like to hear any lore, and I mean any lore at all, make sure you're in the Discord. Once a week, I'll ask a question. First person to get the question right gets to pick lore for the week, and this week it is the Scourge. So, I don't think I've ever actually covered a war, technically. Like, we've talked about the Hoover Dam conflict and whatnot, but this is a Brotherhood war. This is the Scourge that is the Brotherhood of Steel, moving from the west to the east, and the inhabitants of the pit. So the Scourge is I'm getting all of my lore off of fallout.fandom.com. The Scourge is a term often used by the pit's inhabitants to refer to the battle, the mop-up operations conducted by the Brotherhood of Steel before their arrival in Washington, D.C. When I get through all of this, I'll read some quotes. Now, on their way to the Capitol Wasteland, the Brotherhood forces came across the ruins of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a truly chaotic city. It was full of gangs, raiders, slavers, and many other kinds of horrors that freely terrorized the few innocents. In a single night, the Brotherhood swept through the city from their staging area at Mount Wash and eliminated any resident who put up a fight. The aftermath of all this being Lyons' contingent left the city with approximately 20 children in tow who would later be initiated into the Brotherhood of Steel. Most were recruited into the Brotherhood by 2277. Only one remained stationed at the Citadel, Greg Bear, who was nicknamed Kodak. He's stationed with Lyons' Pride. Now, when asking Kodak about it, he says, when you ask Kodak about the Scourge, he said, now that's a story. The only reason I'm here is because of Elder Lyons. You see, I grew up in the pit. Don't suppose you've ever been there, huh? It's about 500 clicks. 3 irradiated rivers coming together. People there were not well, but the Brotherhood of Steel came down on the place with a righteous hammer. They called it the Scourge. During the Scourge, Lyons' forces suffered only one casualty, the initiate of Ishmael Asher, who was buried in the rubble during the fight and presumed dead. He survived and subsequently established firm control of the pit, transforming it into an industrial powerhouse supported by the Brotherhood technological know-how. Having fully abandoned the Brotherhood and its teachings, Asher recognized the inherent failure of the unsustainable scavenger nature of the faction ways and moved forward in his own direction. Raiders such as Werner recount how the area used to be much worse before the Brotherhood cleaned up the city, slaughtering half of the violent residents. He explains that due to the actions of the Brotherhood, the threats were significantly pacified or eliminated, allowing Asher to extend control over the city to begin with. The Lone Wanderer can ask Werner, how did the city get started? And Werner will reply with, after the war, this place just turned into a shithole. The buildings started falling over and the sickness makes people just turn on each other. Some of them change. They lose any sense of who they are. They just go around killing and fucking and eating like animals, man. Some people are still okay, but just, I don't know. Anyway, about 30 years ago, the Brotherhood guys come in and wipe the place out. They kill all of these sick fucks. Anything that looks like it's gonna fight, bam. And then they take whatever they're looking for and they leave. The Lone Wanderer can say, that's awful. How could the Brotherhood do that in reference to the Scourge? He said, normally that would get you a crack across the jaw, but since you don't know what the pit is like, I'll let it go. I still have nightmares about the place 30 years and how many horrors later, and the pit is still the worst thing I've ever seen. It was ugly. It was ugly work, sure. Questionably moral, no doubt, but there was no other choice. The city had to go. So, in the official game guide, which I do have, it's not on screen, but I do have. Kyle gave it to me. Thanks, Papa.
Yeah.
It says from the Game of the Year edition, page 34 and 44, in 2242, Star Paladin Lyons of the Brotherhood of Steel led the Scourge, a large military-scale action that wiped out nearly the entire population of the pit. In a single night, the Brotherhood swept through the city, eliminating any resident who put up a fight. Although the intent of the Scourge remains unclear, several unmutated children were taken from the pit by the Brotherhood and placed into initiate training. The motivations for the Scourge are unclear to this day, but many Brotherhood note it was a marked change in the way the Brotherhood operates. Additionally, it is known that something was recovered from the pit during the Scourge, although to date it would seem that only Elder Lyons knows what it is. It is said that a Brotherhood of Steel paladin from the Scourge stayed on in the pit, seeking to bring law and order to the unwashed masses, and creating an underclass of pit slavers in the process. Guarded by pit raiders under his personal command. However, in the decades following the event of the Scourge, nobody had heard anything from the pit. Travelers who had gone to investigate have not returned, and no survivors have emerged. So that's the Scourge. I wish we knew a little more about it. I wish there was a way to find out what Elder Lyons had. I want to know what the actual idea for it was. And I know the official guides that come out normally don't really correlate or correspond with what's going. There's always typos and mess ups and what have you. But I wonder if maybe Asher stood behind and lied. I never even thought to look into it. I just read, oh yeah, he was trapped. But maybe he said he was going to stay behind and just grew mad with power. It makes sense. That's kind of the theme of the entire series is what happens when you have too much power. Other than that, that's the Scourge. Thank you to Mr. Tom Flood for picking it out. And that's lore. So Kyle, Christmas is here. Merry Christmas. I had the idea the other night we were playing Grand Theft Auto. We were hanging out with Dr. Dre. It was cool. I had the idea. Hey, Kyle, let's talk about our top 5 Christmas specials of all time. I don't know about you, but Christmas specials to me have always slapped.
Yes.
They're always good.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have been listening for a long time, I used to do a little program here called Nuclear Family, and it was this drama, I guess, little story that was based in the Fallout universe, and the Christmas episode is probably my favorite one. I did a lot of fun sound design, and I got to yell. I might link to that. There might be a link on screen somewhere. I don't know. But the Christmas episodes are always the best. So I said to Kyle, if there's anybody I want to talk about cartoons with and nostalgia shit with, it's Papa. So, Kyle, let's just start at number 5. You do your 5, I'll do my 5. We'll just work our way up.
All right.
Who do you have at number 5, my friend?
So I was going through. I have couple recent, more stuff that's usually on nowadays. But I thought I had some past stuff.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is the Nickelodeon Christmas specials.
The commercials.
The commercials.
Really?
When it was all stop motion.
Yeah.
They're all hanging out as elves. In a workshop. And
they actually show the embarrassing photo from the Christmas party from that one episode. Oh, dude, I forgot about those. Do you have a favorite one? A favorite segment?
I just like them all hanging at the party, and you got the Crimson Chin.
The Crimson Chin.
Who else? I keep forgetting who else the other ones were. But
is Zim there?
I think he might be.
Timmy Turner's there. SpongeBob's there. Patrick's there.
Either he's not in this one, or they did the other one with him in it.
I think they did one with Danny Phantom.
Right.
I have a memory of Danny Phantom. That's a good one.
My number 4.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to do my 5. And
Okay.
We'll go back and forth. So this one might be a cop-out. But I feel like number 5 should be everything Rankin Bass. Just because, I can't pick a favorite Rankin Bass. The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Right.
The Frosty one is really good. What's the one with Heat Miser and Snow Miser?
Is that Santa Claus Coming to Town?
I think so. That's the same. Yeah, that one's an absolute slapper, dude. That one has, Burgermeister Meisterburger.
The Little Drummer Boy, and then
Little Drummer Boy.
One I haven't seen in a long time is the Life and Adventure of Santa Claus, which was more fantasy themed, the monsters and the fairies.
Adventure.
Yeah, it was
I don't remember that one.
Had the elves and the fairies.
I gotta look that one up. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one. Damn, okay, yeah, they had like the fucking Gandalf looking man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know he helped work on King Kong Escapes.
Really?
Yeah.
The Rudolph one, dude. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Rudolph Shiny New Year, the Jack Frost one's amazing. There's the Leprechaun one, Pinocchio, The Night Before Christmas. These got like animated. They weren't The Sins of Dorian Gray? What? I guess Rankin Bass did a lot of other stuff. Yeah, but these are ones that, like, even the animated Frosty the Snowman, not the stop motion one. These hold a very special place in my heart. A very, very special place in my heart. Which one is this one? Of course. I also just like how Rankin Bass made these, like, you know, these, like, children's movies, and then they just became... Oh, dude, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Like, the animated one, not the thing? Dude. The First Christmas. I like how they made these, and it became, like, a thing that they're still playing today.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember the first year I wasn't into... I remember, like, the first year that I remember being like, yeah, I don't really care about Christmas. And, like, sitting down on, like, the day before Christmas Eve and being like, I didn't watch a single minute of the 25 Days of Christmas on ABC Family. Like, I remember sitting there going, I gotta watch one Rankin Bass, not even knowing it was Rankin Bass. I think I just called them the Christmas specials. I was like, I gotta watch one Christmas special before this Christmas goes. But what's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to collide with, like, the Nickelodeon one, but I think out of all Nickelodeon Christmas specials, the Hey Arnold one will beat everyone.
Oh, Kyle, that's my number 4 too!
Yep.
How good is that one?
So good. I watched it not too long ago because they have Nick Rewind, and they played it.
Dude, yeah, dude. Okay, cool. So we have the same number 4. The story of, like, Mr. Nguyen, right? Mm-hmm. No, is it Nguyen? Because I was just watching, like, clips. Because I, like, when I text you that I was ready to go, I was watching clips, but I watched my number 1 in its entirety.
Yeah, it's spelled Hyunh.
Mr. Huynh, okay, my bad. But dude, the story of him, like, leaving Korea? Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Why this one?
I don't know, it's just, out of them all, it just feels like this one is always on people's minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Nancy Spumoni signature snow boots. Yeah, I like the Christmas episodes that are more, they're more, like, real and not just like, Santa Claus, oh my god, Santa Claus. Like, it's, and besides, dude, would it be me if we didn't talk about genocide in some form on Christmas? I mean, he's escaping the Vietnam War. Yeah. And then his daughter shows up? Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Also, that episode is like, I was watching it and just watching it and being like, wow, Helga's mom is an alcoholic.
Yeah, she is.
You can really tell in that one.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, what's her mom's name? Big Bob Pataki's wife. Why can't I think of Miriam? No. Is Miriam a sister? Olga. No, it is Miriam. Olga? Her name was Olga, and she was like the better version of Helga. Mm-hmm. It's Miriam Pataki, dude. She drank heavy.
Yep.
What's your number 3, dude?
My number 3 is the Doctor Who Christmas specials.
Oh. All of them.
All of them. Because they always have a great episode. For each Christmas usually had a great episode.
Okay.
Like, memorable, probably my favorite.
What's like your favorite 2 or 3 of them? And, like, why do they stick out so heavy in your memory?
Well, I would say Voyage of the Damned, That was like the Titanic in space episode on Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
The End of Time was David's last performance as the 10th Doctor, so...
Really? A Christmas special was his last. Cool.
Almost all the Christmas specials are like the finals. Or like
really?
The beginnings, yeah.
Oh, cool.
They haven't done one. I'm trying to think if last year's they did. I think it was... No.
They took a break, right?
They've been doing New Year's specials instead.
I like that.
But yeah, I hope they get back into doing Christmas specials. What's your number 3?
My number 3, I hope this isn't like going against the rules, but a Rugrats Hanukkah.
Yeah, good choice.
I really like a Rugrats Hanukkah. It's actually like the way I think it's like the way I found out about the story of Hanukkah was through the Rugrats. And like when I just pictured like Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil around the menorah, and they're sitting there for 8 nights. Like I remember, and I watched Nickelodeon Rewind has a clip that's like the Hanukkah episode in 5 minutes, and I really like that Rugrats was one of those shows that didn't shy away from being different, like not just in its art style, but the fact that Dee Dee's parents are I think they're survivors of World War II. Like, I think they were in camps. And if they weren't in camps, they fled Russia because they're Russian immigrants. Or maybe they bopped over to Europe and then bopped over to the US at some point. But, like, Rugrats never shied away from, like, different cultures. And I really, really appreciate that because they were the only show growing up that I knew had a Hanukkah special and a Christmas special.
And a Kwanzaa. Didn't they have a Kwanzaa one?
They had something. There's even an episode where, oh my God, what is her name? Susie Carmichael's grandparents meet Martin Luther King Jr. Like, they wanted to tell the kids about the, like, real shit. And there's a clip in the video that I watched that was Grandpa Boris's brother. So, the great uncle, I think, of the babies, of Phil, and Lil, of Tommy and Angelica. Or maybe, no, I'm sorry, not Angelica, because that's Stu Pickles' brother's kid. Anyway, that there's like a point where Grandpa Boris is like, oh, you with your fancy, you never had time for a family because all you had was your fancy high-paying job. And I'm sorry, it's not his uncle. I don't know why or his brother. I don't know why I thought it was his brother. They're just longtime enemies. And there's a point where he's like, you never had time for a family. All you had time for was your fancy job. And he goes, my wife, may God rest her soul, could never give me children. So all I had was my job. Like, dude, what kids show was doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude,
yeah.
Rugrats is so underrated. I love the Rugrats, and they're Jewish. Kyle, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Santa Claus 2.
Like Santa Claus 2, like
Tim Allen? Claus 2.
Really?
Absolutely. That's
really?
Like me and my dad's favorite movie, yeah.
No way. That's awesome. I would have never guessed.
I think I've seen 2 and 3 in theaters.
I saw 3 in theaters. My grandmother loved Martin Short, so she took us to see it. Why 2? What is it about it?
It's just, I don't know. It's just.
Can you remind me of like what the plot is? Because I don't remember.
That is when he goes and tries to find Mrs. Claus. Oh! But they have the fake toy Santa.
Yeah.
Taking over. Yep.
You remember his like assistant elf, like the chubby kid? Dude, my cousins used to tell me all the time I looked just like him as a kid. Like, all the time.
A lot of stuff back in the day, you know?
That dude made his money early and dipped. Dude, I haven't... the third one I remember, and I remember people hate the third one, but it has, like, a soft spot in my heart because my grandma took me to take it.
Yeah.
You like the second one over the first one?
Absolutely.
I don't remember if it's the second one or the third one, but I remember like Tim Allen's kids like, everybody else is a normal dad. Everyone's dad is a plumber or an electrician or a chef, and my dad's Santa Claus. What am I supposed to tell people? Like, which one is that?
I think that was the second one where he's getting, like, his son's in trouble with the principal and all that.
God. He murders Santa Claus and doesn't report it, and then just becomes him.
Yeah.
My number 2, Kyle, it's the only movie on my list, other than the Rankin Bass ones, but those were shorter. All right, maybe it's not the only movie. The Animaniacs Christmas special, Wacko's Wish.
Huh.
Do you remember this one?
I do remember this, yeah.
I remember, I don't know. Okay, so when did you have the internet in your house? Like, when do you remember being able to use it?
Back where I used to live over there.
By where my grandma was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember how old you were?
Not too old, not too young, maybe like 12, 13.
Yeah, I think I was in like 4th grade. Like 10, 11 by the time I recognized I had it. And you're 2 years older than me, so like we had it about the same time. I remember wanting to watch Animaniacs in the worst way, and I didn't know how. Like, I must have seen it on, like, whatever the WB was at the time for kids.
WB Kids.
Like, whatever channel that was, I have no memory of ever watching WB as a kid. But I must have seen it and just liked the way it looked because it reminded me of, like, Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry. And but I could tell it was new. And I remember them playing this on Cartoon Network, and then the next year, like, watching more TV to make sure I saw this. Because I knew I was never going to see the Animaniacs again. Like, I think it aired on Nickelodeon for a while, Animaniacs, but, like, I don't remember watching full episodes on TV, but this, I remember getting in bed and, like, bringing the pillows all together and getting under the blanket and like tucking myself in and watching it and just like loving it. And every year it's just like a super, super soft spot like that I don't watch it, but I might watch clips of it just to see it. If I really want to watch these things, what I want to watch is a rip of it from TV from like 2001.
Yeah.
Like with the commercials, with like the screen tearing. But Wacko's Wish, I haven't seen it in years fully, but it always, always makes me smile when I think about it.
Nice.
Before we get into it, you have any honorable mentions?
Oh, honorable mentions?
Yeah.
For me is the Billy and Mandy Christmas special with like undead zombie Santa Claus.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah, they have like Santa's like chained up and is like a zombie being. And like the elves and everything like that.
Good for them. Was there a Courage one?
I don't know. There might have been. It's been so long.
I know. I don't remember a Courage one. I don't remember a Kids Next Door one either.
There probably was a kid. I don't remember too many Cartoon Network ones.
Mm-hmm. The Nickelodeon always seemed like it had it locked on Christmas.
Yeah.
You went to Cartoon Network for Halloween.
Yeah.
I have to say, an honorable mention, if you think of another one, let me know, but an honorable mention for me are the Futurama Christmas specials. Just the Robo-Santa, like the idea of that has always made me laugh. Also, just because I grew up watching so much of The Simpsons, the first episode of The Simpsons is a Christmas episode. So,
I would say, also for me, honorable mention would be like the old Disney Channel movies.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of Christmas stuff. They had the one with Bryan Cranston as he like takes over for Santa and tries to steal everything.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he didn't know he was in a Disney Channel movie.
Walter fucking White? No
Let's see if I can
way.
find what it's called. It was called 'Twas the Night.
Get the f*** out of here.
Like, he's young in this.
Really?
Yeah, let me see. I'll send you a photo. This was
Oh my
2001.
god. Oh my... I don't remember this, dude.
Yep.
Bryan Cranston is a good looking man. Look at him go. I'm gonna put this picture on screen because I can't believe this exists.
Yeah. I watched everything. So all the original Disney Channel movies and stuff like that, I always watched them.
Kyle, tell me the kid in the picture doesn't look like my cousin Richie. Any other ones? I want to shout out all of the other reindeer.
Yes.
That like 2D, 3D, weird ass Drew Barrymore looking ass movie that Cartoon Network always played. I wanna throw the Iron Giant in too, because I feel like Cartoon Network always played the Iron Giant. Always to begin with, but I feel like they did it in Christmas too.
I think, didn't Batman animated series had one?
The Batman animated series, I didn't bring this up because I've actually never seen the episode.
I don't think I fully seen it, but
it's one of like the best ones. Like everybody says like that one, the one with Freeze, the one with oh my god, what are the Gotham girls? What are they called? Catwoman,
Gotham City Sirens.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of what they were called. Like that one, like the Christmas one is like always top 10. Do you like Batman Beyond?
Never fully watched it. I probably would enjoy it.
I feel like I might enjoy it.
At the time, I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's your number one?
My number one is Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Okay. I don't know what else I expected.
I really love that movie. I love Jim Carrey. I had the CD. I love all the songs in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that's awesome.
I also had him on the little car as like a remote control car.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I had toys. I had the toys of the car and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Kyle, if there's anything you had, it was toys.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene from that movie?
Oh, favorite scene?
It's just such a classic. Like, every scene of that movie, I feel like is... Not every scene, but, like, especially the first third of that movie is so quotable.
I think my favorite scene is when he's getting, like, the Christmas crown and stuff like that, and they're feeding him fudge and chocolate and shit. They're doing all that stuff to him, and then he just goes crazy. Like, I have the PS1 game, and I love playing the PS1 game.
Do you really?
Yeah. I never got far, and I always play the first level, but yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know what else I would have picked for you, but that makes so much sense. My number one. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. What's yours?
I feel like you might know this, like, about me, and you're not going to be surprised. I think I've said it on the show multiple times. The Johnny Bravo Christmas special slaps. It's so good. And it's on YouTube. It's probably illegally uploaded, but it's on there right now. The channel is just Johnny Bravo. It's such a good... Dude, I watched it, like... When I was looking up, because you always know your favorite, but something always like slips your mind. Anytime anybody asks you, "Hey, what are you into?" You're like, I don't know. I like to eat." Like, so I was looking stuff up, and I knew my number one was Johnny Bravo, and I knew my number 5 going into it was Rankin Bass, and I knew Animaniacs had to be there somewhere. Like, even if it was just an honorable mention, I knew it had to be there.
Right.
But Johnny Bravo, dude, Donny Osmond just showing up kills me every time. Every fucking time Donny Osmond just shows up, and he's a Mormon. They don't celebrate Christmas. And just like the idea that these like little kids are like, all right, Donny Osmond's here. Who the fuck is Donny Osmond to these kids? Like, and then there's a part where they get to Santa's workshop, and he's like, and Santa's like, oh, I know who these people are. It's Johnny. And then it's little Susie. And then it's Leo, the pilot. And, I don't know your name. And he's like, it rhymes with Sean or something like that. Or Shawnee. And he's like, Donnie? He's like, oh, I remember you. Donnie Wahlberg from the New Kids on the Block. And he's like, not quite. I'm a little bit rock and roll. And dude, like, it's so dumb and so cheesy, and the episode is paced so fucking quickly, like so quickly that like, it's just, and it's all the old Hanna-Barbera sound effects. So it's just like one after another of jokes. Like there's Johnny Bravo doesn't harass that many women in this episode. It's like real quick just because they have to hit a quota. Like, and then, like, Donny Osmond shows up at Johnny Bravo's house on Christmas Day to say Merry Christmas. And he, like, and they're like, Merry Christmas. And he's like, Merry Christmas. And the pilot just looks over and goes at it. The pilot looks over at him and just goes, you're conceited. Dude, it's such a good episode. It's my favorite Christmas special. I love the Johnny Bravo Christmas. I think it's called Johnny Bravo Christmas. It's so good. Like, I just laughed the whole time, like when I watched it. And the last Christmas that I actually remember being excited for, I want to say was like 2014, right? Like, you know, my brother's younger than me, so you always get excited for the kids. But it was like the last Christmas that like everybody was together. I want to say 2014-ish. 2013, 2014, around there. And I remember my tradition in my house was every year you slept in somebody else's room on Christmas Eve. So my sister and I would switch. It'd be 1 year I'm in my sister's room, 1 year she's in my room. And then when my brother showed up, it was like, all right, I guess we're sleeping in his room. So I remember waking up that year in my brother's room, and we had given him this old TV that he could just like watch movies on in his room. And waking up early and turning the TV on and putting on Cartoon Network, and this was on. And I remember my mom came to see if we were up, and she opened the door. She's like, hey, you guys up? You want to open presents? You want to have something to eat? And I was like, hold on. I want Donny Osmond to show up. And then we can go. Like, I love this Christmas special. This is like the reason why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to talk to you about this. You know, Alex and I, we used to call each other Donny Osmond for like a good 3 months. I don't know if you knew this. Like one time I called him, I was like, yo, Donny Osmond. And we like lost it. And like every once in a while I'll hit him with it. But, dude, Merry Christmas, everyone.
You reminded me of that. Just reminded me of something that I'm going to replace my number 5 with.
Go on.
I'm replacing number 5 with the Christmas episode of Bump in the Night. Because I watched that on television and also recorded it on VHS, and it was a really shitty VHS that, like, over the time started to, like, not work, but I always kept it.
I don't think I've ever seen Bump in the Night.
Oh my god, it was so good. I'm sending a picture.
Please.
Of the main character in, like, the Santa sleigh and stuff like that.
Please. Because I genuinely do not remember this.
Yeah, Kyle,
that scares me. I don't want to see that.
They were all like, he was a monster underneath the bed, like, would eat socks, and he had like a blue friend that was basically like soap, like bubble soap, and then like a doll. But yeah, I always remember the Christmas special because I always had it on VHS, and that was the only way to watch it.
This show has an 8.1 on IMDb, and it's free on Tubi.
It's Winnie the Pooh voice.
Jim Cummings?
It's Jim Cummings, yeah. That's who does the voice of Mr. Bumpity.
Kyle, I'll be completely honest with you. Once again, I am impressed and surprised, even though I didn't think I would be.
I have it on DVD.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's replaced my number 5, because I completely
What was your number 5
that.
to begin with?
The Nickelodeon special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Cool. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Kyle. Thank you for doing this with me. This was a lot of fun. I want to do something like this next episode. Something similar to this. We'll talk about it, just you and I, Kyle.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you to the Patreon. If you like the intro music, it's by Shane Ivers. I might not use Shane Ivers. I love Shane Ivers. Shane, in my heart, there is a special place for you. I might use one of John Wayne's Yuletide bangers. He doesn't sell them. He put them out. You could, like, donate to him if you want it. John Wayne, one of my favorite artists. But anyway, thank you, Shane Ivers. Merry Christmas to you across the pond, my friend. Merry Christmas to everybody watching, or Happy Holidays, whatever the hell you celebrate. I hope you're well and safe. Thank you to the Patreon. Thank you to the people who support us on Redbubble. Thank you to anybody who has listened. This year has been wild. And I'm probably going to say that again next week. I kind of feel like everything's out of order. Follow me, Kyle, and the show on Twitter. Kyle, am I missing something? Join Discord. Thank you. Be safe. This is a shorter episode because you should be spending time with your family. I say that, I look over, and it's 50-something minutes. Anyway, bye, everybody. Be safe. Happy holidays.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast.
A Ghoulman Entertainment production.